What's up? Welcome back to Nostalgia. Dave here with a review of Aespa's third mini album, My World. Aespa, of course, the rising SM talented four-piece, one of the leaders of the incredibly competitive fourth generation of K-pop, especially K-pop female groups. There are so many. I've been talking about a lot of them. And Aespa has been, I think, really popular from kind of their inception, but they haven't had a whole lot of music come out yet. This is only their third EP, their third mini album. And this has come after kind of a longer wait, time between albums than people expected. There's been a lot of management turnover and concerns over at SM as there was a Hype takeover attempt, and this My World project was clearly delayed, was supposed to come out in February, so we're told. And all that's to say, it's been a minute since Aespa has released something, although two members of Aespa, Karina and Winter, were in Got the Beat, the SM supergroup, and I think featured pretty prominently on some of those songs that came out earlier this year, notably Stamp on It. The single, I think Karina in particular has a really standout piece of that song, and I thought she sounded really made herself well known on that song, considering she was with a bunch of other K-pop superstars with more experience than her. I think her and Winter acquitted themselves pretty well on that project. And now, of course, we get the Aespa comeback, and I've struggled a bit with Aespa for their music because it's like you can clearly hear the potential and see a lot of that talent. But I haven't really loved their choreography, their dancing ability. They've only really just started being performers going on tour this year. And I feel like the music has been there in spurts, but there hasn't been a whole lot of it. So I've been waiting to hear like that progression and feel like they've moved up because again, there's a lot of really talented groups and stuff going on in K-pop right now. So you got to I think really bring it to keep up. And I would say they definitely made a big step forward on My World. Definitely my favorite project of theirs. I think it's the most interesting musically from them. Vocally, I think they've always been talented, but now the song structures, the song ideas, I think are just a bit more interesting. I'm still not really into like the whole like Espa lore, the metaverse stuff, the fifth member, the AI, Navis featured on the first song. Don't really care about all that stuff. That doesn't really compel me. I just want to hear good records, and I think there's some good songs in this. Welcome to My World. I think it's a pretty effective, catchy kind of intro track. It kind of has like an infectious like singing vibe to it. Kind of sucks you in. I really like that. And of course, the title track, which has the music video out already, Spicy. That's a really fun banger from them. I think Karina starts off the song, comes in really hard again with a really hard, aggressive, attitude-filled flow, very similar to how she starts off Next Level, one of their earlier singles. I think Winter's vocals and her vocal strength specifically really shines on the chorus, and that's just a fun one. I think that is the kind of music I want to hear most from them. That being said, I think there's a really fun progression in the types of beats they're on with Salty and Sweet, a song we've heard the snippets of before. That is one where, man, those synths are just so bouncy. They sound great on a song like that, but they haven't really made songs like that yet. And I think that's a really fun new idea for them. The chorus, like that pitch, the way they say sweet, like it's just very catchy stuff. So definitely in on that one as well. I think Giselle, like the verses too. Like I think Korean and Winter get a lot of attention with Aespa, but I think Giselle and Ning Ning are like really talented as well, like on the verses and really stepping up on a song like Salty and Sweet. And man, like Winter's high notes, like when she like goes for those high notes, it's like really great that she like really like actively like hit that like natural pitch. Is pretty impressive. And then Karina, like again, like I think she's, despite my reservations with Aespa to this point, like she's clearly like one of those like all package like K-pop idols in terms of like the rapping ability, the singing ability, the presence on the mic, the stuff you can't teach. Like the way she does like the run part on Salty and Sweet, like during like the breakdown, the rap breakdown, like man, like I think she's like really talented, and like I think her stuff with Got to Beat really showed that. It's like now this is like just untapped potential still, and like I think SM really needs to focus on Aespa and like push them forward, and hopefully with this new leadership structure they will. I think Thirsty's probably my least favorite song on My World. Slows down a bit there, but I thought I'm Unhappy right after that's actually quite impressive too, because it's kind of like a melancholy lyrical sentiment, but also like incredibly silky sound once again. and like the rapping almost reminded me of like Little Uzi Vert, which I was not expecting to hear. Good stuff. Yeah. Um, they've said, partially due to this delay with My World not coming out till now, they have a full length album already in the works. We know they have 4 solo songs that they've been performing live. We'll probably hear those on the full length. So I'd probably feel good about that full length coming end of this year. Probably should for them to keep this momentum going. But I think Aespa clearly has taken a step forward in terms of sonic ideas, um, just the overall quality of the music, the fact that they're now performing and getting out there and really getting that experience. I think they're really taking a step forward after I feel like they kind of had the training wheels on through those first 2 projects. So I think it's a great sign and looking forward to hearing what's next from them. But how did you feel about Espa's My World? Do you think it's a step forward the way I do? And for more K pop reviews, more music reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.